Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Director Miller. I want to talk to you about Executive Order 14019 and your involvement in the implementation of that. Does OMB have a strategic plan to implement that executive order? And if you need me to characterize what it is, I suspect you know. But
Congressman, one of your fellow congressmen has asked me the same question, and I said I would come back on the specifics. That's not been a focus of mine.
So there is a plan, and you just have to get it to us, or you don't know of a plan, or what's the situation?
Again, I'm going to take that back and make sure that I get you a precise answer.
Okay, and assuming that there is a plan, can Congress have all of that unredacted? Would you commit to that at this point?
Again, Congressman, I will happily take that back and
okay, is there any reason to not provide Congress with an unredacted, complete plan, strategic plan? Is there some national security interest or some other concern where Congress couldn't have the oversight of that plan?
Congressman, I don't want to provide you with any inaccurate information, and I will take that back. And
we just like to have any information. Let me ask you this. The United States Attorney General established a procedure for educating felons on how to register to vote, how to vote by mail, those type of things. And as you probably know, there's a federal Bureau of Prisons, and federal felons are ineligible to vote. Why would we have a plan under Executive Order 14019 to educate these folks ineligible to vote on how to vote and how to proceed with that? Why would that be? Do you know?
Congressman, I would have to direct you to the Department of Justice for the specifics.
But you oversee the rollout of these processes as one of the directors of OMB, right? So you have to be aware of that, right?
Congressman, on the specifics, I am very familiar with the Bureau of Prisons. The Bureau of Prisons was recently added to the high-risk list by GAO, focused on management issues associated with the Bureau of Prisons. We take all of the issues across the high-risk list very seriously, but on the specifics of that action, I would have to direct you to the Department of Justice.
You have to. So you're not going to do any oversight yourself on it. You're not going to look at what they're doing and inform Congress. You're not going to do any of that.
I'm happy to have my team follow up with yours on the specific concerns, and on the specific actions by DOJ, I would have to refer you to.
Okay. How about this one? What actions are you taking at OMB to ensure that people that are here illegally aren't eligible to vote under this executive order?
Congressman, again, I want to make sure that I give you a precise
answer. Do you know
answer.
anything about this executive order at all?
I'm familiar with the executive order.
Okay, so that should be easy. What actions are you taking or have you taken in your office to ensure that people residing here illegally are ineligible to vote under the provisions rolled out by this administration under this executive order, knowing that they have to have a strategic plan submitted?
Congressman, I'm happy to take back your questions and your concerns and make sure I get you a precise answer. I'm happy to talk about my purview as management at OMB and the broad set of management priorities that we have been implementing.
Is there any reason at this point that you know of? Because we're here at the hearing, I get it, and maybe this is the first time you've been asked in public, but as you know, well, I hope you know, in Pennsylvania, 27 Pennsylvania legislators sued regarding this information. Now, they were found to not have standing, and of course, Article 1 says that the states determine the manner, time, and place of election. So I don't know who has standing if they don't have standing, but it seems to me that on time and time again in this occasion regarding this EO, that the plans remain unavailable to the public, unavailable to Congress. Why would that be?
Congressman, again, on the specifics here, I'm happy to take your concerns back. I want to make sure I provide.
Can you provide anything at all, any information whatsoever on this executive order today at this hearing?
I'm happy to talk about my broad management purview and the specific priorities that I've been focused on this.
And what are they?
Here.
What are those regarding this executive order, if you want to talk about that? Since
again, it's not been a major focus of my time, I'm happy to take back your specific question.
That's the limit of what you can talk about regarding your involvement.
Congressman, I am happy to take back your question. I will make sure that we provide you with specific information.
Okay, last question, I promise. What's the timeline on the provision of these answers? What are we talking about? A week, 6 months? You know there's an election coming in November, so we'd like to have that in a timely manner so we can evaluate how well you're doing and if you're out of bounds. So what are we talking about?
I fully understand that. I am required, as part of this, to respond to your questions for the record as well, and I'm sure.
Timeline, sir. What's the time, for the love of God? Can you give me anything? 2 weeks? Give me something that you feel comfortable with, even if I don't like it.
Consistent with whatever Chairman Comer and we agree in terms of the questions for the record, that will be the timeline.
Well, we'd like them.
Soon. Can you commit to 2 weeks? Is 2
Mr.
weeks?
Chairman, we're now
Today,
over
tomorrow.
35 seconds.
I'll yield the balance.